Okay, welcome to PUBL 483 here at Penn State University. And as I've mentioned earlier, I'm going to try and do these every 2 weeks so you get some face to face time. So I want to cover a few issues first and some questions I've gotten. First, grades. I think a lot of people are doing okay, a lot of people need improvement, but I get questions about the grades. And I'll say this I do not give hundreds. I usually give 90, early 90s or is the average, or low 90s, I should say. If you're getting below that, I'll usually give some commentary on the paper, and that will covers what I'm looking for, what's wrong. The majority of the commentary is specificity in your paper, in your analysis. Do not just give me one over the world cliches. For example, I get a lot of questions about intelligence sharing among the various intelligence agencies, and I get, in recommendations and the 2 paragraphs says, "Hey, we need to share more information. We need to share more intelligence." Great. Tell me how to do that. Take that a step further. Instead of just saying we need to share more, say we need a mechanism to integrate information brought at the federal level down so state and local officials are aware of what's collected by our intelligence agencies. That's a little bit more specific issue. Again, we need to do better on cyber. That's an old cliche. Better would be we need to ensure that infrastructure that might have cascading effects like water or power can be protected from malicious malware. That is a little bit more analytical than just saying the bumper sticker, we need to do more for cyber. So that's kind of the issues I have with the papers, and please kind of specify, be a little bit more specific as we're going forward, and be a little bit more analytical in your product. I will also say I'm taping this Monday night, and I haven't gotten all the op-eds, and I'm going to take points away. I have only gotten one request for an extension, and I'm actually pretty disappointed by that. So you will be losing uh, uh, 10 to 15 points right off the bat if it's late, and you'll be losing more if it's turned in later on this week. So I'm going to make that clear at the onset. I also saw interest in the job talk. There's plenty of interest in people trying to get together to talk about jobs. So I'll do that later in the semester, probably in the August timeframe. What I want you to do is just start thinking about what you want me to say, or what questions you might have, so I can address them and research them and get you a better answer at the job talk. So let me know if you're interested. One, if you're interested, and I think most people said they would be, and if you are going to go, what your interest is. Whether you're military transition, whether you're looking for your first federal job, whether you're looking for contract work, whether you're looking for an internship, whether you're looking for an entry level, those types of issues. So I know. Just current events. It's as often life imitates art, or life imitates class, I should say. Currently, the travel ban or Muslim ban or whatever you want to call it, the Supreme Court said it was authorized. Now, this brings up several issues. First, presidential power to ban or limit immigration into the United States. There's a lot of legal interpretation that says, yes, a president can do that, as long as it's not discriminatory based on religion or gender or any of those categories. But if a president wants to lay a blanket travel ban from specific countries, arguably he can do that. Whether it's a good idea or not, it's a different story. But then I'd also want to bring up, is it effective? And I think that's where the issue comes up. We've tried to put this 90 days back when President Trump was inaugurated, and that 90 days has gone past. What extreme vetting has been done, or what policies have been implemented in those 90 days that would still warrant, well, one, what are the policies? And if there's no policies, why not? That would warrant implementing this ban. And I would just say that, for those of you who are practicing in Homeland Security, oftentimes we confuse what feels good or what makes us think we feel safe to what actually does make us safe. And I don't want to get political, but I think this ban fits in the it makes certain people feel safe category. And that's what I'll say about that. But I'll also say that just again in this module, we're going to be talking about the branches of government, specifically the Congress more, but the Supreme Court here has a role in our national security and our homeland security, and the Congress has a role too, specifically passing legislation, which arguably this should have been a law, but declaring war. And one thing I do want you to think about as we go forward is, has Congress usurped its authority for declaring war or not used its authority properly when declaring war? Because back in the day, we used to actually declare war, like in World War I and World War II, and now we just have congressional resolutions authorizing military force. So think about that as you're going through this week's reading. Do we go back to declaring wars, or are authorizations of military force just the way to go, and do we need to have those updated? So I look forward to your discussion points or your assignment answers, and if there's any questions or issues, please let me know.